Hey guys, how are you all doing? Thank you so much for clicking on my video. You're very welcome to my channel. This is a very quick one. I just felt like something came to my mind and I need to say it as soon as possible and upload it here for you guys. As always, I'd like to know your opinion, and I don't know if anybody else has noticed this newest rise in homophobia amongst Africans, but this time around not just Africans but the African elites, the ruling class. Of late, I've noticed videos trending all over the internet about new homosexuality laws in Uganda, in Kenya, in Tanzania, most East African countries. In West Africa, we've had a stint with homophobia already. There are all sorts of laws persecuting LGBTQ communities. But right now, I think people are even beginning to get to a point where they are touting it as a new achievement, and they consider it their one way of being able to stand up to, let me put this in quote now, the West. And I think for me, that's just a load of hogwash, because at the exact point where Africans need you to stand up for them, you do not. When we need African leaders to stand up for Africans, it's usually when Africans are being persecuted. Let's say, for example, what is happening in Tunisia at the moment, where black Africans are being singled out of their homes and sent out. All sorts of persecution simply because you are black Africans in Africa. I don't know what African leaders have done about that, and they are telling me that they are standing up for me. They are standing up for Africans in the West, when poverty is ravaging us the way it is, when illiteracy, insecurity, high maternal mortality rates, and you just name it, is the bane of Africa. But of all these things, African leaders have never ever sat down to arrange a conference in order to think of how they can tackle this, always looking up to the United Nations, always looking up to Europe and whoever else it is that they consider to be their savior. But when it's time for homosexuality, they now remember that they want to stand up for Africans or stand up for themselves. I don't really know who they are standing up for, because when you do all these laws to persecute your own people in a world where they are trying to build more inclusive societies, you are expending all this energy in order to exclude some people who ordinarily are productive members of the society. Please, somebody should help me make sense of this. I don't really understand how promulgating a law against people that are doing something that is victimless becomes bad. Because to me, frankly speaking, as long as two people are both adults, consenting adults who know what they are doing, and nobody is taking advantage of any other person unduly, then whatever people do inside their bedroom should not be our business. I don't really understand this kind of homophobia. How has that helped us to be able to translate into building a better society? Today, with all the disdain that you try to look at Western countries, all of you dream of the day you are going to find yourselves there. So what's the point? Where African leaders will come and sit down in Africa, they are so populist. Do a law, for example, saying that, like for example, in my country, Nigeria, it is 14 years or thereabouts for being gay. But the same you will have no problem going to the United States when you are sick, which is a country that is very inclusive, and will not mind being treated by a doctor who is a member of the LGBTQ community. Guys, please make sense of this to me, because I don't really understand it. I don't understand the kind of energy that we're spending on something that is not really supposed to be a problem at all. That is not supposed. Oh yeah, stop making noise, stop it. Excuse me guys, so sorry, but I really just felt like I had to pen down my thoughts here immediately, because I just saw some people clapping for the president of Uganda, Museveni, on account of him saying something highly homophobic that I don't even want to repeat here, as if these people that are not your citizens and you don't have a right, or you don't have a responsibility to protect them. That's just my opinion. Please let me know in the comment section what you think about it, and remember to like this video if you haven't, and if you're not my subscriber, please subscribe so that it can make me happy and grow the channel. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye. Hey.